I don't know if you're drinking during this whole thing, but I plan on drinking in order to get through these movies. This is Some Joe Schmo here, and welcome to our first segment, which I'm now dubbing Thanksgiving and a Movie. I'd like to welcome my first guest on this first edition, and probably last edition, depending on how this goes, the one and only Some Dude Derek.
What's up?
Some Dude Derek, first of all, depending on when this comes out, happy Thanksgiving to you.
I'll send back to you.
Derek, tell me about your experience with this fine, delicious movie of a Thanksgiving movie. I mean, it is a Thanksgiving theme movie. It takes place. Well, I mean, it doesn't even really take place during. I guess it does. I mean, there's mention of Thanksgiving, but
it takes place during Thanksgiving break. All right.
Oh,
now it's just as crazy and wild as spring break, you know, for college students.
Thanksgiving break. Yes. Thankskilling is essentially about, and you can kind of fill in the gaps here and there if I don't recall it correctly, but it's essentially about a killer turkey who I believe was possessed by the spirit of an ancient indigenous man, and now it comes back every, was it 500 years or something like that, to enact its revenge upon the white man.
Did it actually say the year? I guess maybe zoned out on that. Did it say that it was every 500 years?
Turkey roam the earth every 505 years.
Oh, like I know it was like 500 years old, but I don't know if it got woken up because the dog is on its idol. Well, you have to say how the movie starts first, though.
Right. So, okay, within, I would say, the first 10 seconds of the movie, a pair of breasts just right there, middle of the screen. It is a pilgrim that is running away from the turkey and delivers the opening line of the movie.
Nice tits,
bitch. That's the whole tone right there. You know, you knew what you were in for.
There's a real big cult following with this movie, though, you know, but you know, before we even get into that, the budget of this movie, I believe, was what, $3,500?
Yes, $3,500. And you know, you can tell it's $3,500.
Right. Know. I mean, every scene is pretty much shot exactly the same. It uses the same costumes for each character, even after a night. You know, I mean, yeah, granted they spent the night in a forest, but yeah, use the same get-ups. It's a very low budget-y movie, but again, there's a big cult following behind this movie. And let's just go ahead and ask, what is your favorite scene in this movie?
I probably have to say when they go back to the sheriff's house and the turkeys visit the sheriff, and you know, and has cut off the sheriff's face, made a mask, put it on himself, and once his daughter comes to the front door, opens up the front door, she does not, you can't tell that it's her dad.
No. Yeah, the fact that she bends down to like the turkey eye level and gives it a hug is, yes. I mean, you gotta just like at this point realize like the movie probably knows what it's doing. You know, it knows it's just so.
Oh, it wasn't this part. It knew way before that fact was doing.
Yeah, but yeah, there's so many just moments in this movie that just for me just stand out. Each moment or each scene almost has like an iconic moment. There's a scene where, you know, the turkey decides to kind of get down with one of the girls in the group.
Hey man, it's turkeys. It's turkey season.
You just got stuffed.
The best part of this movie is that they find a book in the dad's what is it, garage?
It's in his den of his house, and there's a whole montage of them looking for the book. Finally finds in some random box on the floor, zooms in on the book, and it's all cardboard.
Semantics, my friend. I think we're splitting hairs at this point. Our main group finds this book, figures out a way in order to kill this turkey, because apparently you can't kill it by any normal means, and long story short, you have to say a spell backwards and then burn it at the stake. But I guess they kind of just flub up that last part and say the spell, and where apparently a hick out of nowhere just comes out of from the back of the tent, kills the turkey, and of course, what does it do? It flies into a vat of radiation.
You left out the only way they were able to determine how to kill the turkey was to solve this really long math equation that was in this very old book. It was like the whole page was just the math equation of how, like, by solving this math equation, it gave you the rules of killing him.
Well, sorry, yeah. Of course, the one nerdy kid then has to decipher this long equation. Anyway, we flash to the end of the movie. The turkey comes out of this radiation. Is completely pissed off, and it's like, yeah, of course they left out the one thing that was going to, that they had to do in order to kill him, which was burn him at the stake.
We need to burn him at the stake, just like a witch.
Peck on someone your own size.
And the one lead at the end of the movie that makes it out is the lead, I believe Kristen was her name. I'm not sure what the main actress name is. And yeah, burns him at the stake, and the piece of fried chicken just falls right in front of her, and she just eats him. No concern about the radiation, no concern about that it was a possessed demonic chicken. Just kind of eats it and enjoys in her victory, her spoils of victory, I should say.
Well done, gal.
Yeah. I know.
I don't even know where to begin with this next one. Thankskilling 3, Derek.
Yes, Thankskilling 3, yes.
Number 3, and that's not, we're not skipping one. It
not a typo.
The third one opens up telling us that Thankskilling 2 was made.
I gotta stop you again.
Please, go ahead.
You have to mention that opens up exactly how Thankskilling opens up.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah.
With the same actress with bare breasts all over the screen.
And it's at this moment you think the movie reels you in again, thinking that like you're in for another same movie, like maybe the same experience, but that's where that stops. Just to let you guys know, Thankskilling 2 was never made. The mythos behind Thankskilling 3 is that Thankskilling 2 was made in the movie sense, but it was so bad that it was never released. And so Thankskilling 3 essentially tries to address that. So in the movie, oh man, I don't even know where to begin. It's puppet driven. They do open up where it's like kind of more of like an E.T. video game thing where they're dumping all the Thankskilling 2 DVDs because it was just so bad and they're trying to just get rid of it. But Turkey, our main, what would you call him, antagonist at this point, gets really pissed off about it and goes on this big tirade of trying to retrieve a copy of Thankskilling 2 in order to, drum roll please.
In order to make everyone watch it and become under like his curse, the curse that he made while filming number 2 in space. He made a curse, and the curse is on the DVD, I guess.
That is correct, yeah. And so anybody who watches it, I think it's anybody who watches it dies or gets this curse of some sort.
Yeah.
But there, I mean, at this point, I gotta stop there and just say that's the plot of the movie. And then in this movie is an hour and 34 minutes, and it was so ridiculous. It was so hard to get through. It literally felt...
It was so bad.
I don't know, but the most interesting aspect of this was something that you actually revealed during our watching of it, and that was how much crowdfunding this movie actually received.
Yeah, it was on Kickstarter. If we're going by Kickstarter numbers, the budget of the movie was $112,000, which I give it to them.
Yeah,
this is like the only good thing I probably have to say about the movie is that they were able to spend $112,000 pretty efficiently.
Yeah, to be fair, like the cinematography to a certain extent is really well done. It looks vastly superior to the first one, but that's pretty much where it ends there.
Yeah, like they had better music. They had the camera work was better. I guess the puppetry work was better and all this stuff, but 466 people that believed in this movie. And, just like Kickstarter, they have a bunch of different levels and all different things you could do. But the ones that really stuck out to me were like the big ticket rewards. There, I think it was if you spent $1,000, you could be killed by the turkey on film. There's a total of 5 people who thought $1,000.
$5,000. Okay, all right.
And by the way, their kill scene, I don't, it was just so the turkey eventually gets the DVD, and by the way, he goes down to hell.
Right.
Where in hell he hooks
movie,
the DVD up to some transmitter and transmits out the movie, and then what? People are watching it, and so these 5 people that watched it that get killed, and like you see them for I don't know 2 seconds each. Yeah, I guess 2 seconds of their time on Thankskilling 3 was worth $1,000.
To be fair, there is somebody in the movie, a person, not a puppet, that is killed, and we thought originally that might have been him, and I was like, okay, that was a really big role for him. But no, yeah, it's like the last 10 minutes of the movie, it's just flashes of 5 people and like maybe a string of 20 seconds get killed off, and it's like, wow, you paid $1,000 to be a part of that one 20-second montage. It was so off. Like, I mean, we're barely glossing over it, and I think for me, the thing that made it so awful was the overuse of puppets. Because of course, I think the thing that gives the first one a little bit of more charm is that it's like, it's a puppet, a turkey puppet, and it's so ridiculous, wearing the faces of the dad, having sexual intercourse with a woman, that they almost try to use more puppets to get more of that magic to it, but it felt so poorly done.
What I was thinking, I think it boils down to they were trying to make a cult-worthy film, like they did with the original one. A lot of times, low-budget film, the effects were bad, it's kind of stupid, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's what they were trying to do. But they had a huge budget in comparison, and so that's why they added all these puppets, and it continued with like the same, I'm not even gonna say the same jokes, because I think the first one had better jokes.
And we gotta talk just really quick. The grotesque grandma. I don't know.
Well, Jefferson, last night I grabbed onto D'Angelo's.
It was just brutal to get through. And pretty much all the movies that I covered on my October reviews, we watched together. And I would 100% watch some of the worst movies that we watched in October over this movie again. Anyway, any final things you'd like to say about Thankskilling 3 that we probably just didn't want to talk about at this point, because we just I was scarred by it, to be frank.
Well, I don't get angry that easily, and this movie made me angry.
But with that being said, Derek, I'd like to thank you for joining me. As I said, this is my first edition of what I call, what did I call it before? Thanksgiving in a movie, which might just form into more whatever in a movie. That might be the official name of this segment, is just whatever in a movie.
Yeah.
There you have it. Thank you. Thanks so much, Derek. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving, depending on when this comes out. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday. We'll be
safe out there.
Stay healthy, stay safe, have fun, but more importantly, this is some Joe Schmo.
And don't watch this movie too.
And don't watch this movie, exactly. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Peace out.